Good morning and welcome to Trading Tip Tuesday. It's Corey Schrader with the Investment Trainer and Black Creek Wealth Management. Again, my firm here in Fleming Island, Florida. I wanted to bring you just some quick tips to help you demystify some of that jargon out there to help you make more money and just be better informed than the average trader / investor out there. So wanted to talk to you today just around how to actually do some trading. But we got to start from the basics, and I can get into all kinds of charts and analysis and show you all kinds of indicators and all these different things as you can see on my screen. But if you don't know the basics, really what's the point? So here's what we got to do. We got to back up. We got to first make sure you have a good foundation. And each and every week I will be talking more and more about here's how you make some extra money. Here's how you find certain things. I'm not going to make it extremely basic because, there are some things you do need to know on why these basics are really crucial. So I'm going to go from probably beginner, intermediate, expert, and then kind of circle back. So just want to make sure everyone's ready to go and has good information. I've been doing this for over 14 years. So want to make sure that you know what I'm doing, how I'm making money, and I want to make you some money too. So today we're going to be talking about trading. I'll probably do some investing next week, just more basic concepts, but also going to be doing planning on Thursdays, so watch out for that. But here we go on Trading Tuesday, and today we're going to be talking specifically just around what is these lines, right? There are a couple of different, it's really just called charting. And the concept is how do you look to see what is going on so you can understand what to do in this area out here. And why is that important, you ask? Well, you want to know, is the market going up? Is the market going down, right? Because at the end of the day, you already know what happened here. You can't do anything about it. It's in the rearview mirror. And one of the best things I ever heard is you don't drive in the rearview mirror. There's a reason your dashboard window is so huge. It's so you can see everything in front of you. You want to be aware of what's going on in the past, but really it's what's here that matters. And that's what charting attempts to do. Charting tries to figure out, okay, if I was to buy here, do I buy here? And that's everyone's question is, Corey, what do I do? Do I buy here? Do I sell here? What do I need to know in order to make money right here? Because I have goals, hopes, dreams, wishes about whatever I want to get, right? And I want a boat, so I want to make more money. And I'm going to help you do that. So here's where charting comes in. And I'm going to wipe away all of these extra indicators and technical analysis and all this. And let's bring it back to basics. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you the 3 different types of charts that most people use, that I've used to just help understand what is going on with the overall market or this stock. Let's go to good old Tesla because everyone loves Tesla, especially right now, Mr. Elon Musk buying up all the Twitter. So what I've shown here is a weekly chart of the last 3 years. And as you can clearly see, you got some red, you got some greens. Let me go ahead and remove this support line and just remove that. All right, we'll talk about that more later. So what you got going on here is it tells you a little bit of information. And really charting is all about, I just need to know some information to make an informed decision to make some money in the future, right? Well, on this chart, and I use Thinkorswim because I just feel like it's a superior platform, you have a couple of things. You have earnings calls. You have when did they do a reverse or an actual split. What's the volume, how many people are buying or selling, and that's a whole other topic. But overall, this is a line chart. Now, it doesn't really give you a lot of information. It just tells you what was going on. Was there an upward movement where you have green? Was there a downward moment where you have red? So if I'm looking at this, I'm going, okay, excuse me, I got allergies. I hate it. I hate jasmine. It's blooming right now. All right, so we got red going down. We got green going up. It really doesn't tell us too much other than, okay, there seems to be a lot of people that want to see the prices go up. You got some red that's pushing down. There's not a lot to the line chart other than it just tells you where's the price movement. And that's what charting is actually looking at doing. We're not looking at dividends. We're not looking at momentum. We're going to talk a lot about momentum, and that's how I actually trade. But Right now, all we're looking at is where was the price in the past, where is it in the future. We just know right now that prices are up from April 25th. That's all we know. A lot of people, when they get into trading, they want to start talking about day trading, and they want to start looking at, different time periods, and this is today. So let's say I came in and I wanted to say, well, I'm gonna look at the open and see what happens. Well, there was a huge sell-off. Well, okay, great. Well, do I buy there? Do I sell there? I don't know. What do I do? Well, if I was looking at the chart here, I wish I would have bought there, right? So what am I going to find out, or what do I need to know so I know that this was the right time to buy to make that price move up so I can make that profit? Well, hang on with me and I'll get you there. So the line chart really just doesn't show you much, okay? So what I like to look at is let's circle back to the different types of charts. Line charts, again, if I just wanted a quick, is it up, down, how is it done over time, it's perfect. But I want more information. I need more information. So let me introduce you to Mr. Bar Chart. Mr. Bar Chart shows you a little bit of some good information, I'd say. I use this one a lot. I've been using this for, over 14 years now to help me trade. It gives you good information. And there's a lot of things that I'm going to unwind over time on support, resistance, moving averages. All these things play into what information you see here. And that is, again, going back to keep it simple, the red means there was a sell day. Green means there was a buy day. But what this shows you is it shows you open, high, low, and close for the day. More information. With more information, it gives me better indication of what the actual market or the traders were doing on that specific day. Because keep in mind, when you're looking at investing, and let me just talk on this for a second. People aren't investing in Tesla for one day. People are not investing in Tesla for a week. Well, yeah, let's be honest. They're not investing in Tesla. All they're trying to do is trying to make money on that week, right? You're not investing in the fundamentals of the company. You don't care how production was done in China for the last 3 weeks or the last 3 years. And is there going to be a tremendous amount of deliveries? And what is their overhead? And how does that play to their bottom line and costs? You don't care about that on the week. All you care about is how do I profit this week with a specific trading style so I can make more money while Tesla, being a good company in my mind, will make money over the time period. Let's say it's the next 5 years. I think Tesla, I'm going to invest in Tesla for the next 5 years because I expect a rate of return of 8% a year on Tesla every single year for the next 5 years. I'm going to make 40% from today on Tesla over the next 5 years. Well, the trader's mindset is I can still make that 40%, but through that 5 years is I'm going to buy and sell on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis to enhance that return by another 10, 15, 20% because I can read the charts, and that's what trading attempts to do. All right. So when we look at this, again, the bar charts gives you open, high, and low, and what it's telling you here is let's look at these 3 days. Okay. Let's look at these three. Well, that's not going to let me zoom in because it's on the weekly. Anyway, let's look at these 3 weeks. So on this week, it opened up and it tells you open, high, low, close, price information up here in the range. So on this day, it opened up at 1,000. I couldn't do that again if I tried. Opened up at 1,000 on January 10th. It got as high as 1115, got as low as 980, and the close was right around 1050, about 50 points, 50 points higher than where it opened on the week. So it was a positive week, hence the green. You could see where it opened low, closed higher. The range got way up there, got way low there, and ultimately what happened during this week is it opened up lower from the previous week. Buyers tried to come in here and try to make a lot of movement higher because they wanted to. And really the sellers came in and said, you know what, I don't think we need to be there, and put a little bit more pressure and basically moved the needle to where they balanced out right around the close here at the end at that 1049 on the week. So, a little bit of some tug of war going on. had a little bit more selling pressure than buying pressure, and still settled up positive on the week. Well, then we go to the next week where it opened a little bit lower than the day before, tried to get a little bit higher, pushed really low, and then ended up settling down about 943, right? More information than what the line chart just showed us, right? So if we go back, and again, I'm being overly informational here, okay? So on the week, it just shows it went from that 1,000 up. It just shows you here on that week, it went all the way up. Now, what it doesn't show you is any sort of break in price action. It just shows you where the drop was, right? You can already see that. And that's where more information would give us some indication here. It just showed that it dropped. Like it showed here that it was a negative drop. Well, it didn't show these little up things where buyers were trying to set different levels, right? They were trying to hold these levels. This is good information. This means that there was buying even in these down trends or these downward momentum weeks, right? That's important information. I'm telling you. So when you look at, I need more information, or I want to just be really quick on what I see, welcome to the candlestick charts, okay? Now, I've started to grow a little bit more into these because there is some better information that you can grasp from them. And you have hollow bodies, you have full bodies, you have wicks or shadows as they call them. You have clever names like shooting star, hanging man, dojis. All these things tell you really more of the inner struggle of what's going on throughout the week. Because when you look at the bar graph, again, you still have the highs, you still have the lows. So if we go back to the week, you can still see where it opened at 1,000, which is right here, that mark here, and it closed at 1049, which is up here. So it had an open box. It's green because it was up, but you can see where the wick or the shadow got as high as it did and as low as it did. So it still shows you the range, but it shows you where the actual inner struggle between buyers and sellers were for the week, which is good information because when you get into this, you can see there's a higher range of discrepancy. Here, you have a little bit less certainty, a little bit more tug of war going on, almost a more even keel between the two. Versus when you come over here, you can see there was a lot of buying on the buyer's perspective where the sellers were just letting things run as pushing prices higher. And here you can see where it's just more truncated, not a real clear direction. There wasn't a really big range like this one where it ranges from 1,000 to basically 850. That's a huge range for the week, right? So all of these things are good indicators for going down the road when it comes to trading. And again, I'm not going to go on and on and on because I do want to keep this relatively short, but I wanted to introduce you today to at least the types of trading and the types of charting that you can jump into. And there are a lot more out there, not used as much. I haven't really jumped into this one. I'm sure there's something to that. Haven't needed to, right? I always like to get better. This one just shows you the area under the scale. Not really sure how I would use that one right offhand. And then you have equal volume, which, again, still need to maybe dig into that one. But for the most part, the bar charts and the candlesticks have worked for me very well over the last number of years. So wanted to get that in front of you. Head over to my Facebook page, The Investment Trainer. Make sure you like and follow that page. Also, go to my YouTube channel. You just go into YouTube, type in Corey Schrader or Black Creek Wealth Management, and make sure you follow because I am going to be posting these on there as well, so you can circle back if you want. I'll also have my weekly commentary with my trading letters that are on there. None of this stuff you have to pay for. Again, my goal is just to make you a better investor, better trader. Now, if you do feel like you ever want any help one-on-one, I do charge a la carte for that, so feel free to let me know. But overall, hope you get empowered to make some good choices. If you have questions, reach out. Let me know. If you want a new topic for next week, let me know. I'm here for you. God bless. Have a great week, and thanks again.